Okay, let's open up Microsoft Word, please.
Plain document.
Plain document. Are you excited? No? Oh, okay. Let's stop slapping. Or you can slap your way to the office. Alright, ready? Thank you. Okay, so we are going to learn about bullets and how we can change bullets and what we use bullets for, and then we're going to learn about numbering. So, why would we use bullets? Who wants to? Okay, Ethan?
To list something.
List, right? List. And what does it help do? Ethan? Organize. And we're all about organization here, right? So, let's type some names.
Me, yes. Billy.
Okay. So type some names. I'm going to make mine a little bigger so you can see. Okay. And what was that shortcut key that we use to highlight everything? Huh? No.
No.
To highlight everything. Control A. So Control A. And then where do I select? If you, Bradley, if you want that on your screen, you can drag it across. Since there's two screens, like if you want Microsoft, you have to just minimize it, minimize it, and then you can drag it if you like it on the other screen better, okay? So I'm sorry, how do we get to bullets? Where is it? Under home. Then what?
The dots on the top left by the A with the marker on it.
Alright, so right here, under paragraph, thank you. So if I just wanted my standard bullets, I would just left click and then it would bring those wonderfully beautiful black dots to my page. Now, the fun thing is we can change them. Okay? So you see there's a drop down by bullets. Okay? So I have a flower because I inserted that before, which I'll show you how to do. So you guys can choose some of these other ones there, or we can go to define new bullet. Okay, so you could choose a symbol if you wanted to find a symbol in here to use. Or we could choose picture. So if you click on picture, so let's just do the Bing image search for flower, just because that's what I did. And then I found a flower, clicked on it and hit insert. And then it changed. Okay. So now, here's the thing, Callie. I am thinking, wow, these flowers are way too small. So I can highlight just my bullet. So everyone have that done. I don't want to move past if everyone doesn't have a photo bullet. Please follow along. Does everyone have their photo bullet? Okay. So, if we left click just on the bullets, so not Control A because we don't want everything highlighted, but if we left click just on the bullets, we can change the size of them. Okay, left click on just the bullets. Now, if it gets too big, it doesn't look right? So we have to find a happy medium. Okay? So you can at least just tell what it is. Alright, so let's put our bullet back to our black circle. Now the circle is going to be much bigger than you had before because we changed the bullets. You left clicked on the bullets. Not right click, left click. Are you left clicking? Back. So you have to select it and then do the drop down again and then go back to your dot. Did it change, Callie Jo?
There are so many bullets. They go pew.
Alright, so. Still? So just highlight them and hit bullet again because that's sometimes, like Callie Jo's got a little, okay, that's a little too big there, right?
Oh, I found. Look what I found. You left click on them. Wait, you left click on them, and then go to the when you change the size of the letters.
Alright, so now we should be back to our black circle bullets. Okay, back to our black circle bullets. And we'll change the size back down to 12. Okay?
Those are tiny boys.
Now, what did we talk about? We've talked about this in the past. How do I change? Do you see how there's a space between Valerie and Ethan and Kira?
Yes.
How do I make that smaller? I've showed you guys how to do that before, Ethan.
You go to line spacing.
Line spacing. So that's in the under home paragraph. This up and down arrow. Line spacing options.
And then you can make it really, really, really small.
Okay. I want to make sure everything is highlighted though first, okay? Before we do it. So I want to change it to before 0, after 0, and then line spacing to 0. Or to single, excuse me. So before 0, after 0, line spacing single. Okay? Now you see that they should be closer together. Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you do that with the
So now if I wanted to do double, I could just change this to double and you see now that they're double spaced. Okay? So in your assignment, you're going to need to look closely because I'm going to have you either single space them or double space them. Okay? So you need to make sure you're checking that. Okay? Now, yes?
Can you space the bullet points or not?
Yes, you can. So you see if you click on them up here, up on your ruler.
Oh. Yeah, me either.
So you guys can go to view and make sure your ruler is checked. Okay. Now, this is getting a little tricky, but if you left, and I teach usually freshmen this, but why not teach you now? If you left click on your bullets, so they're highlighted again, we're going to right click and choose Adjust List Indents. Does everyone see that? Adjust List Indents. Okay? Found it? So now, bullet position, we can change. Text indent, we can change. Okay? So if I changed it to 0.5 and 1, you see how it's going to move on my ruler. Now 0.5 is where my bullet is, and 1 is where my words start. Okay, so if you hit Control Z to undo, you can see how it changed. You can also adjust the space between the bullet and your word too. But we'll learn more about that next year, okay? Good question. Alright, so now let's highlight the same list that we've made there. And we're going to go back to the Home tab. And this time we're going to choose Number. Okay, so up here next to bullet is numbering. Are you following along, Lucas? Thank you. Okay. If we accidentally delete something, what can we do with our keyboard to get it back? Ethan? Control Z. That's undoing what we did. Okay? So anyways, we have numbers now. So if you have 4 names written, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So you see mine. My numbers are red. So just like we can change the bullets, we can also change the color. So if we left click on our numbers, I can go up to just like I would change the color of a font up here and choose a different color. Okay? So we need to pay attention to that on our assignment as well, because I will indicate what color I want them to be. Okay? You can change the font. We can do something fancy for our numbers. Okay? Now, we're not going to get into it today, but also with numbers, if you have to do things like an outline or a table of contents page, there are different formats in the library, but we're not going to use them for today, okay? I just simply wanted to show you there's bulleting and numbering. Okay, pretty easy, right? Okay, so let's log into Schoology now. Okay, so you can see we're on week 2. If you ever want to go in and see what we're doing, if you're not here, you're still responsible for logging in. Okay, so week 2 overview. So today's Thursday. We're going to learn bullets and numbering, and then we have a bullets and numbering assignment. So if we scroll down, week 2 assignments, you see those, right? Yes. So we'll click on that, and then we're going to click bullet numbering assignment. So here's our assignment for today. It says go online, so let's not click that link yet though, okay? Let's just listen to the instructions, because I know we all get a little excited about homework. So go online to that link, allrecipes.com, and find a recipe, okay? You need to use, once you find a recipe, we're going to replicate it in Microsoft Word, okay? So you're going to use any readable font for the title, so the title of our recipe will be what? What? Huh? Size 18, but what would we write for the title of our recipe? The name of the recipe, okay? So if it's like blonde brownies, you would write blonde brownies, okay? So that's going to be any font that's readable, quiet please, any font that's readable, and size 18. We're going to add a photo to our recipe. So if you're writing a recipe about blonde brownies, I don't want a picture of Rice Krispies, okay? I want a picture of blonde brownies, what you're making. Okay, and then we're going to list our ingredients. Quiet, please. We're going to list our ingredients. So we're going to use bullet points to list our ingredients. So we must have at least 5 ingredients. Okay, so you have to find a recipe that has at least 5 ingredients. We're going to single space our ingredients. So you guys know how to do your line spacing to single. We're going to use Calabrese size 12 and change the bullet color to green. Green. Now, use numbers to list the steps to create the recipe. Again, there must be at least 5 steps. This time, I want you to double space the steps. We're going to use Calabrese size 12, and then you're going to change the number color to red. And then you'll upload the assignment. Okay, this is pretty easy. All right, so we have until 43. So we have 15 minutes. You should be able to get it done. Okay, if not, we can take a couple minutes tomorrow, but please go quickly. You don't need to search and search for a recipe. Just find one. Okay? Up at the top of, if you click on that allrecipes.com, you can, if you have something in mind, you can search. Up at the top here where it says search. If I wanted to look up Rice Krispies, I just type Rice Krispies. And then, ooh, chocolate and coconut Rice Krispies? Yum. Okay, so let's not dwell. The point of this isn't to find the best recipe. It's just to find one that we can replicate for our purposes. So, find one and then get started. So I'm clicking on the coconut and chocolate Rice Krispies.